A notorious mafia boss, fresh from a violent encounter, slides into his car. A hushed voice from the shadows startles him. "Shut up! You'll wake him." He freezes, his gaze falling upon a woman in the vehicle's darkness, cradling a sleeping child. Unbeknownst to him, this woman has just risked everything to bring him what he believed was irrevocably lost. Now, neither can retreat. Adrien Cole's knuckles still bore streaks of blood as he settled into the plush back seat of his black Mercedes. The meeting had unfolded precisely as he'd orchestrated, brutal, messy, and definitive. 3 rival gang members would no longer threaten his domain. He slowly exhaled, the surge of adrenaline beginning to subside, as Marcus, his driver, steered away from the industrial warehouse district. "Take me home," Adrien commanded, reaching for the whiskey bottle he habitually stored in the side compartment. "I need a shower and some peace." Adrien froze, his hands suspended midair. The voice, distinctly female and sharp, emanated from the shadows beside him. "You'll wake him." His head snapped right. In the dim corner of the back seat, a woman was pressed against the door, her arms protectively encircling something small. "No, someone," he registered. "A small body, a child." Adrian's hand instinctively moved to the gun at his hip. "Marcus, what the hell?" he snapped. "I said shut up." The woman hissed, desperation lacing her voice. "Please, he just fell asleep. He hasn't slept in days." Marcus's eyes, wide with alarm, met Adrian's in the rearview mirror, his hands gripping the steering wheel tightly. "Boss, I swear to God, she wasn't there when I parked. I checked the car thoroughly." "Keep driving," Adrien stated coldly, his gun now leveled at the woman. "You have 10 seconds to identify yourself and explain your presence in my car before I put a bullet in your head." The woman remained unfazed. Instead, she shifted slightly, and the streetlights filtering through the window illuminated her face. Young, perhaps 25, with pronounced dark circles beneath her eyes, and a split lip that appeared a few days old. But it was the boy in her arms that caused Adrian's world to reel. Dark hair, pale skin, a small birthmark on his left cheek. Adrian's gun hand began to tremble. "No," he whispered. The boy, perhaps 5 or 6 years old, was dressed in oversized clothes, his face serene in slumber. And that birthmark? God, that birthmark was identical to the one Adrien had kissed 1,000 times before his son had been cruelly stolen from him. 3 years prior, Adrien's world had imploded. His wife had died in childbirth. Then, 6 months later, his infant son had vanished from his nursery in the dead of night. The ransom call never came. No demands, no trace, just gone. After 8 months of relentless searching, Adrien's men had discovered a child's body in the river, too decomposed for perfect identification, but the dental records matched, or so they had claimed. He had buried his son. He had mourned. He had transformed into something darker, colder, more ruthless than he had ever been. And now, this ghost slept in his car. "Who are you?" Adrien's voice was barely a whisper. "My name is Elena Moretti," the woman replied, her arms tightening around the boy. "And this is your son, Adrien. His name is Luca. He's been alive this entire time." The gun slipped from Adrien's fingers, clattering to the floor. "That's impossible," he uttered. But even as he spoke, he couldn't tear his gaze from the child. The boy's chest rose and fell steadily, his small hand clutching the fabric of Elena's jacket. "I buried him. I saw the body." "You saw what they wanted you to see," Elena countered, her voice steadier now, though Adrien noticed her hands trembling. "They faked it, made you believe he was dead so you would cease your search." "Who?" Adrien's voice turned to ice. "Who took him?" Elena hesitated, her eyes darting to Marcus in the front seat. "Not here," she said quietly. "Too many ears, too many people who cannot be trusted. But I will tell you everything, I swear. Just please don't hurt him. He's been through enough." Adrien's mind raced. This could be a trap, an intricate scheme by his adversaries to dismantle him from within. The boy could be anyone, a look-alike, an imposter, a weapon designed to render him vulnerable. But that birthmark, that face, the way the child's hair curled at the temples, exactly like his own. "Marcus," Adrien instructed, his voice hollow, "take us to the estate, the north entrance. No one sees us arrive." "Yes, boss." The car accelerated, weaving through the Chicago streets. Adrien was immobile, breathless. He simply stared at the sleeping boy, his heart hammering so hard it ached. Elena observed him carefully. "He doesn't remember you," she said softly. "Not yet. They kept him locked up, away from everything. He's scared of loud noises, scared of men. It took me 2 weeks just to get him to stop crying when I touched him." "How did you find him?" Adrien's voice cracked. "How did you get him out?" "I was there," Elena stated simply. "I was with the people who kept him." Adrien's head snapped toward her, rage igniting within him like gasoline. "You were part of this?" "No, yes, Elena's composure finally shattered. Tears streamed down her face. "My boyfriend, my ex-boyfriend, he was one of them. I didn't know what they were doing at first. I thought it was just... God, I was so stupid. By the time I realized they had a kid locked in the basement, it was too late. I was already in too deep." "So, you're a kidnapper?" Adrien said flatly. "No," Elena retorted fiercely. "I'm the woman who risked her life to get him out. I'm the woman who killed one of them to escape. I'm the woman who's been running for 2 days straight with no food, no sleep, and no plan except to get this boy back to his father." She leaned forward, her eyes blazing. "You can hate me, you can kill me. I don't care, but he's yours, Adrien, and he needs you." The car pulled through the iron gates of Adrien's estate, the sprawling mansion rising like a formidable fortress against the night sky. As they halted at the private entrance, the boy stirred, his eyes fluttering open. "Elena," he whispered, his voice small and frightened.